Hello and welcome back to the channel where we are making a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. So yesterday we actually got a new character in the game. We got Ren, who is the kind of like a blacksmith character. She's in here. She's going to be doing the mineral refinement. So if you get any rubies, the idea is you can come in here and upgrade your elements with enough materials that you get from the dungeon and stuff. So we do have like a little room here where you can harvest some rubies. So, the idea is like maybe you get 20 of these and you can upgrade your spellcast entities over at the refinery. So I think today we're going to try to add the dialogue box and the functionality to actually spend these rubies on upgrades. So I guess we can get started. So we're still trying to finish. We're trying to finish the mains, we're trying to get demo done by April 1st. Not like done, but like we have all the major pieces, and then we're just gonna have to do some polish before we like actually go and try to submit it and ship it on Steam for the demo, right? So we're still shooting for that April 1st to have most of these effects in place. Now we have almost everything. I need to finish transcribing the loot song for that minigame and get that in. We still need that, but once we have the refinery upgrades working, then I think the only thing that we really have left to do feature-wise is the final cinematic when you play the loot song at the correct scene. And also the Dark Temple, which should be fairly easy because we can kind of fake it a little bit, right? So the Dark Temple is going to be blocked off. Well, it's actually not blocked off. It's just that you can't get very far without having light. So right here, the Dark Temple, it says you cannot... It's going to say like it's dangerous to come in here without a light source or something. And then if you try to go down into this room, it'll warp zone you into a dark temple that bats will attack you and you can't see where you're walking and you'll keep falling and all that stuff, just as like a little teaser. And then, so once we get those two things, we get the refinery in there, we get the loot finalized, the cinematic for the loot done, the dark temple, which shouldn't be too hard. Then we have a couple, it looks like we'll have like a week to finish the overworld map. So we'll make some new sprites for the overworld so that we don't have to just put these little signposts in the way blocking you from walking places. We can just map out a couple new scenes. Gosh, we need the bed too in the inn. We don't have that set. Maybe we'll make it closed for the demo, or maybe we'll just add that for polish. Because we need to build out the roads to the edges of the biomes so that we can kind of tease to the player the rest of the game. So we have this little mini map that shows like some areas here. We need to touch that up too in the touch up phase. But as far as like features go, we've only got a couple more features to add. Then it's just a lot of polish and pixel art. So we've got the opening cinematic done. We've got saving and loading. We've got controller support. We've got touch support. We've got this new character. So yeah, we'll try to add this refinery option here. So I imagine we can do it of like, we can either talk to Ren to trigger it, or we can call it, we can put, and my idea was to put a collidable map object, a collidable dialogue box on the counter, and then that will have a special dialog box that triggers whether or not it's going to be an upgrade or not for rubies. And basically the ruby one is the only one we can make right now because that's the only element in game, the only mineral in game. So I think we want to make like a stone countertop, and then we want to also put like the minerals on top. So we do have a disjointed hitbox in that room though, which kind of throws some things off. But actually there's maybe a way we can do this. Yeah, I got an idea. So what we can do, I want to open up a sprite, and we want to make, let's open up our master atlas here. Master sheet. Is this the updated one? Yeah, it looks like we've got our recent ones. It's just like, why is... I want to open it actually from the repo just to make sure we're not opening the wrong one, because if we missave our work there, that'll be kind of jacked up. So master sheet, sort by name, and let's go master sheet here. Yeah, can we just open this with a sprite? Okay. So yeah, we should have this one right here. This is like our countertop for wood, which we have right now in there. But what we want to do is add a stone one. So I'll just make this here. We want to pull this similar kind of pattern from our stone floor. Not exactly, because we're going to mimic a little 3D illusion here. Okay. Okay, so let's make it stone. Wow. Hey, Peachka. Hey, thank you for the follow. That freaked me out. That woke me up. Oh, you're good. Yeah, I don't know why. The sounds are just always so loud. Hi there, yeah, welcome in. We're trying to make a little brick countertop so that we can sell upgrades. Startled, yeah, definitely. So yeah, just like a little brick countertop like this. Okay, so now if we reload our tiled, we can just draw the new one in there. Let's see, our shop is where? Uh-oh. Did we not save? I don't think we saved our master tile sheet. It's supposed to be in the shop here, which is supposed to be right here. So we might have not saved our master sheet from yesterday. Let's see. Master tiled, 3:18 at 4:10 p.m. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's from like 4 days ago. Shoot. We did not save this. Wow. Okay, that's an old one. I know. You know, this is actually the first time we kind of jacked this up. Normally, we don't screw up like that. Well, what's weird is that it's part of our GitHub. It should have been part of our commit last night. Let's see. Yeah, we should have committed it last night. Wow, yeah, we didn't save. That is so strange. Well, no, because how we're loading that scene in the game. Yeah, we're loading the scene, so it is saved somewhere. We couldn't load that scene without it being saved. Let's just double check something. Graphics master sheet, but then it's pulling the map from the tiled. It's called the global map. Require graphics global map. Okay, so it looks like, oh, okay, I know what happened. We exported the global map, but we didn't save the tiled. So we can't really go backwards, unfortunately. You know, so it is correct in game because we didn't re-export a global map. But yeah, this is all jacked up. It's okay. I mean, well, actually it's not okay because look how jacked up all this stuff is. Uh-oh. This all looks... Actually, no, yeah. Oh, no, yeah, this does look right. That looks right for here, but this one... What the hell? Oh, you know what? This is our old dungeon. Yeah, that's actually all junk. Okay, well, we've got to redraw it. And then this time we'll save our progress. So, that is my bad. Yeah, we exported the global map, but we did not save the tiled sheet. So that's not so great. It'll be easy though. It's just a little room. Okay. Yeah, we want the bookcase corners here. Okay, so there's our new countertop. We're looking for the stone bookshelves right here. Okay, and then let's give us the floor. See, that wasn't so bad. We'll make sure to save it this time, though. Yeah, that's like something we should add to the checklist before we commit, is to check whether or not we saved our tiled sheet. But we've got a little countertop here now, a stone countertop. And then, yeah, Ren will still be back there. But we need to add the elements onto the countertop here, which they're probably going to have some overlap. We might, yeah, I think we're going to have to make two tiles worth, so that we can properly overlay them, because they're kind of on top here. So let's make sure we get our doorway on the top level tile layer, and then we'll test making those new elements on the new layer, or on the, yeah, we'll need to make a new picture for them. Okay, so this should be okay. So if we save this and then we export this as a global map, I'm hoping that has all of the changes. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the stone countertop now. We can talk to her. Okay, so yeah, we need to bring these minerals in. So I think what we need to do, what we can do is kind of bring over this as a reference. So let's do 16 by 32. And we'll do a new layer so that we can draw the elements on top. Because we're not remaking the elements, we're just pulling them from right here. So these guys are going to be sitting. Yeah, we can actually change this. 64. Yeah. Okay, so if those are the elements. Oh gosh, we messed up the layers. That's why the copying wasn't working, right? What the heck? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, in order, we'll have to have these as two sprite sheets, but we're basically going to just set them on the counter like this. Yeah, and actually, yeah, maybe like a darker gray. No, I don't like these shadows. I think it should be maybe just that. Okay, so the idea is we turn off this layer, and these are our perfectly sitting elements here that we can plop down. Now these are going to be in the top level tiles, so I don't think we really need a particular spot for them. So I guess I'm just going to put them down here. We just line them up, make sure they're spaced right, and then that's where they can live. Okay, so we saved this on our master sheet, so we need to draw these in the top level tile layer, or it has to be in the top level tile because it has to go over the countertop. So we saved this to our master sheet, so we should be able to reload this. So it's saved. And then we're going to reload it so that we can pull in these guys. And we can do this like this, right? Yes. Wrong layer. We need to go to the top level tile, draw them on top. There we go. Now, if we save this now, export this as global map, we should have them in there in Ren's shop. Now I do want to also put where we have this library. Yeah, this is actually going to be Ren's shop. Okay. Ren's shop. Yeah. It needs to be stone still, and we need her to be not walking behind him, because the idea, these are all going to be talkable to, and we don't want them to accidentally talk to Ren when they're trying to talk to this. So we might need to give our NPC horizontal logic. It's in what? NPC walk state, horizontal. Yeah, we have shit. It looks like this is our logic for the NPC to walk and stuff, and it's just kind of like, we wait, and then we initialize our walk, and then we go to steps, and we have a walk timer. We're going to modify by our walk speed for a certain amount of time. But it's kind of like, I think what we need to do is we just need to make this where she walks like a particular time. So like step 2 is just going to be 2 seconds to the right. And then she's going to walk to the left by 2 to come back to where she started, so that she doesn't go further than, because if you get a math.random 4 right, 2 left, 4 right, 2 left, that's technically random, but she would keep scooting to the right side. So now she's going just from left to right, a total of 2 spaces. So now we just need to change where she spawns over to the left. And then we can maybe increase that wait timer so that it isn't so fast. So yeah, maybe she waits 4 seconds instead of 2. And then should be another wait timer. Wait timer 2. Yeah, let's do 3 just to give it a little bit different. Yo, what up, right side? Yo, no chasms today actually, but I appreciate the support. I was gonna make a chasm. I was gonna make a chasm emote for you, dude, because we've got a couple emote slots. So I was thinking about doing it. Still thinking about doing it. I might do it. But yeah, we're doing the new refinery here. So like this is how you upgrade your spells. You walk in here and then you can talk to these. Well, basically dialogue box with these things, and then she'll let you upgrade your spells here. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. It might be, we need to give it a stone outward appearance, because right now it's wood on the outside and stone in the middle. So we'll make a stone hut for it. Yeah, good. Yeah, I will remember to save it. I think I did just save it. Yeah, we're saved. Good catch, though, Peachka. Yeah, that was the first time we lost work like that, so it's actually kind of surprising. And I think I deleted it right at the beginning of the stream. I think when I exited out of tile to reset it, I think I hit don't save. I don't know. So we just need to change where we're spawning Ren to be the third column from the left. So we should be doing a Ren. Where is it? Oh man. And you know what? Yeah, Ren is a terrible name because render starts with REN in our code base. So we can't easily search for Ren. But it should be in the declarations here. We could search for a Ren like this. There we go. With a little apostrophe. Okay, so we set her X to be the 5th. We want it to be the 2nd, which is actually the 3rd, yeah. 3rd from the left tile. Yeah, just like that. And then she'll do her thing. Oh, she was just walking off screen. Let's do one further. She was just like phasing through walls over there. Okay, yeah, she should stay kind of out of the way of the spells. So she waits like 3 seconds and then 4 seconds. So it's not like super robotic, but at least it's kind of controlled that she doesn't go too far to interrupt the dialog boxes that we need to put here. So the idea is, and if we were to render the dialog box while we're in this room, I think it was in our walk state, player walking class. Player walk. Where is it? I want to say in our player walk state. No, maybe it's just in our player class. We should have dialog box detection. That's what it is. So like, look at the this red box in front of us. This is what detects a dialog box. So like if that red box is colliding with a sign, we can read it, right? So this is the little dialog box for that, but we changed it so that when we trigger a walk into this room, it extends our dialog box on the upwards so that it can reach Ren and we can talk to her back there. Because the dialog box moves with her. So like now I'm pressing it and we can't talk to her because she's not colliding. And then right there, now she's back into it. So the idea is we need to put collidable dialog box objects behind the screen here. And, not behind the screen, behind the countertop here. And then we can, I guess it would come down to if you were like right in the middle of them, it would trigger whichever one first. But basically we just need to plop some dialog box objects behind there that says, it costs 50 rubies to upgrade Flamma. Do you want to do it? And then if you click on it and you don't have 50 rubies, it needs to say, you insufficient funds or whatever. To label they're in the game, they're called elements. So they're spell casting elements. They're just like an orb, like Saruman's orb in Lord of the Rings. If you think of like a little orb like that. Oh, and he's carrying one right here. Yeah, Mage is carrying one right here in the game art back here. Okay, so we need to go to this scene, which it used to be called the library. So we'll rename this Ren's shop. Okay, so we have... Oh, actually, never mind. This is this is Mage's library. But we need the one. Yeah, so there's at the beginning of the game, Peachka, it dumps you into Mage's Castle. So like this where you start the game. And over here, I haven't built Mage's Castle yet, but there's a little warp zone here. So like here is where the orbs are, and you can read about them here. So it'll tell you which ones they are, but you get the red orb from Mage at the beginning of the game, and that's the only one you've got for the demo. So that's the only one we're worried about for upgrading to right now is just the red one. So basically, it doesn't make a ton of sense for them. You know, I like the idea of having them here so that you can see, like, if you click on this, it'll say you need 50 topaz to upgrade your lock element, and then there isn't a way to get topaz in this current build yet, but the idea is just to kind of show the player that you can get upgrades for all the elements, and you just don't have the elements or the minerals just yet. So we do need to find which it's supposed to be, I mean, in the grand scheme of stuff, it's kind of at the home base, right? So if this is the mini map, the library is here in Mage's Castle, the shop is just right here. There's an inn here where you can sleep and rest your health, and then there's some meditation idols throughout this area. So this is the whole opening area, is going to be about this 5x5 scene quadrant here. But yeah, it's not too far. It's just that, as they progress out into the biomes, it's going to be a little, there's not as many meditation idols the further you go out. So there's a kind of hub that you're meant to kind of travel back to go heal or do whatever. So we need to find what scene number the rens shop is. So this is a 7-2, but when we transport, it's a 111. So we need a dialogue box object in 111. We need 4 of them, actually. And I should have picked up here because that's what rens shop dialogue is right here. So we're going to give ourselves a dialogue box. And if we look at the parameters dialogue box needs, it's an X and a Y, a text, an option, an NPC, and an index. So there's a lot. Spacing matters. Okay, hey, well, thanks. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the biggest game I've ever built. So, yeah, we're trying to finish the demo by April 1st. So we've got, not a lot of days to get quite a bit done. But we finished the dungeon, which is the main meat of the demo, and then we need to finish our mini game and finish this upgrade system, which shouldn't be too bad. I think we can finish most of it tonight. So I'm just going to copy these parameters just so I don't forget. I'll just put them right here just so I can see. Okay, so an X and a Y, we're going to put it at a hard-coded X and Y, right? So it's 3 tiles down. So 3 tiles down, so that's a tile size times 1 would be here, times 2 would be here on the Y. So tile size times 2 for the Y. Actually, they need to go up here because of our disjointed dialogue hitbox. They need to go up here. That red box was going up here to talk to Ren, so it needs to go up here to talk to the elements effectively. So let's just say it's tile size times 1. So yeah, tile size for the Y, and then 1 would be here, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the X. So X would be tile size times 5 for the Flama element, and the Y will give it a singular tile size. Third argument is the text. So for right now, we'll put text as Flama, just so we can test the different ones, and then an option, which we'll have to put element option, right? We don't have anything, you know, or maybe upgrade option. We don't have that doing anything specific yet. And then NPC, it's not moving with an NPC over time, so we'll just put nil in there, and then 1. We actually need to put 2 because we already have a 1 in there. Just so the way we've got it, you know. So let's see if it's in there. Thanks, Peachka. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been trying to teach myself game dev the past couple years, and it's coming along. Okay, Flama's there. Flama's there. We can't talk to Flama here. If we were right here, we can talk to Flama. So like right here, you know, I'm curious about what happens once we get Aquis like right next to it. So like, let's see what that looks like. So Aquis would be the same idea, just the X would be 1 over. This would say Aquis. This would be the 3rd. And then we can see. Oh, you can see what in my eyes? That I'm a. What? That I'm tired? Okay, Aquis is back there. Aquis. Ooh, what the heck? Okay, so Flama's here. I don't know why it was... Okay, I don't know why it messed up that first time. But it seems to be working. Oh, see, look, if we trigger both, Flama just kind of gets jacked up. So there's something to do. It must be the active dialogue ID that might be getting screwed up here. Yeah, I wonder if we print up the active dialogue ID. Yeah, I've got work in the morning, so I'm like pretty tired, and I probably shouldn't be working on this right now, but see, look, so active dialogue ID is 3 or 2 or 3 or 2, and then if we try to talk to both, that is so weird, because now we can't talk to Flama. What the heck? So it doesn't, it doesn't have an active dialogue ID, so why are we not assigning it? I think it's the, they're overlapping in some way, so it's like once we hit A, we're saying we snag the dialogue ID, we copy it over to the scene. Where do we flush it from the scene? Well, if this is a mess, because like we're only updating this, so it looks like the PlayState's active dialogue ID is the only thing that's causing us to update the dialog box object. So we've got, well, it works until I don't play nice. It works until I don't play nice and do. If I put the collision like in between both of these, I think it tries to trigger both, because then I can't talk to Flama anymore. So like it works if I play nice and like really space it out and say I'm only talking to this one. Well, now it's screwed up, before it got reset. We just need to make sure. I mean, I don't know what exactly is causing it to not update at all. Because if we play nice, it works. But then if it's in the middle, then Flamma turns off. I know. That's just like the hard thing about programming is like, well, if you do it one way, it works. If you do it another, it's all busted. So what are we? We're not even doing anything here. What are we? I mean, this is in our play state, so like this is kind of, there's a lot going on in this. So like we have this dialogue detection. If we hit the action button and we're colliding with the dialog box object, nice. Yeah, I mean, it is very tough. It is the hardest thing I've tried to learn, for sure. Yeah, I think it was even harder back then, though. I mean, there were less, less tools and less tutorials and stuff out there earlier. Okay, so if we collide with the dialog box and it's not activated, so like, when are we doing this activation? We're doing it right here when we collide and it's not already activated. So when do we flush the activation? I guess we only flush the activation in the actual dialog box. Yeah. So either, on an advancement to the last page, it becomes unactivated. Okay, so what's the issue then? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the whole game of programming is how frustrated can you manage being at any given time. Definitely in the learning phase, for sure. I mean, it gets easier, but it doesn't get easier if you keep building more complex stuff. We're not doing anything here with this. This is the old... What are we doing? Oh. Okay, so we know it's getting jacked up when I press action and we're colliding with two things. So I think what's happening is we just need to break this for loop if we collide with any one dialog box. So I think... Yeah, I think we just need a break here. And that might fix it. Oh wow, yeah, I can see that being awful. Okay, so Flamma works, Aquis works. If we try to collide with both... Oh, look at that. It did a double. And then Flamma's busted. Shit. Okay, so that didn't work. Now, if action's pressed, we cycle through and check if we're colliding with a treasure chest. This is weird. Yeah, we shouldn't. Let's try that again and see if it does. I think it'll trigger both of them again. So Flamma, then Aquis, yeah, then nil. And then Flamma becomes broke. So we hit action once. It collides with Flamma first. It wasn't activated, so we become paused. We flush our text for that index. We become activated. We snag the dialogue ID into our play state, but then we also snag an active dialogue ID. This is like a little weird that we pull both of these. And then we copy over the dialogue ID into the scene's active dialogue ID. Jeez, why do we even do that? Yeah, we've got like 3 things here that I'm not sure we need. So let's see if we're using the dialogue ID anywhere here. We used to be using it. Oh gosh. Okay, so that's where we started. Yeah, we used to be doing it. Okay, so this, I think this is a leftover from the old method we did. So I think we can get rid of this, as well as probably right here. And this is why I can never know. I like don't even delete the code, because in case I need to toggle it back on because we broke something, I leave it there. But we don't need active dialogue ID or just dialogue ID. We're gonna snag the K, which is the index of that dialogue ID. But then we're gonna why do we copy the active dialogue ID into the scene view? So let's go into the scene and see active dialogue ID. Well, we are using it to render. Could we use the play state? Yeah, so it's tough because we can't pull values from the play state. So we have to pass it from the play state over to the scene so that we can update and render these things. But also, we're not actually, all we're doing is rendering them in the scene view. So where are we updating the dialog box objects? It's got to be here in the play state, I'm thinking. Yeah, we're doing it here in the play state. And we update them if the dialog ID from here, from our play state's active dialog ID does not equal nil. Okay, so I still don't know what's going wrong. I thought the break would fix it here. So if action's pressed, we're cycling through all of our dialog boxes. If we collide with any one of them, we're going to snag the active dialog ID from that key. We're going to pass it to our scene view for rendering, and then we break. So that should break out of this for loop altogether, which should only give us one active dialog ID, but we're kind of pulling two somehow. Like we're pulling if we collide with both, right? If we play nice, it does it correct. But if we do it like right in between, it says Flamma first, then Aquis. So why is that happening? We must have a... Oh, I think I know what's happening. I don't get why it's not resetting, but I can imagine why it's pulling that second dialogue. So like if you think about the flow is like we hit spacebar and our little box, well, let me think. Because our box is colliding with two dialog box objects. So we hit space. So it's going to come in there, going to grab the first one from Flamma, right? And then it's going to go update it's going to become paused, and then it's going to update our dialog box of this particular index. And then when we advance the scene on the last page, we hit spacebar. And as we switch back to the play state from this, paused state, we hit spacebar. So let me see what in the dialog box, when we hit spacebar, when our current page is equal to our last page. We do that right here. This is not the right spot. This is the touches, which we need to get rid of. Right here. What is going on? So like we have this value. I think it has something to do with this value, this A button count, which is kind of weird, but it's like we do this yeah, something's going wrong. I mean, we've never had two dialog box objects colliding like this before, so I think it has to do with by the time they press space and they're advancing, basically they're unpausing the game and concluding the dialog box, that on that space press, it goes back to updating the play state, and it means that it's then detecting a space press in the same area. So it's like I'm trying to think of how we're preventing the same dialog box from opening again the instant we close one, if that makes sense. Because spacebar gets detected the very frame we advance or we close the dialog box, then space is still detected. So why aren't we pulling it again? And I think it's because we have this A button count, and we only do this if our A button count is greater than 1. So I think we need to set A button count. Well, I don't know. Kind of feel like we need to set this back to 0. Is that where we initialize it? Yeah. Because we set it to 0 here, but we don't... I want to say... Gosh, but then, yeah, we're only updating a dialog box. I don't know how it's working. Yeah, part of me thinks we just need to print up the A button count of both of these objects and just see if something is wrong, right? So like we've got this, this reset here. Because if we hit spacebar on both of the objects. We only update the active dialog ID one. So let's just print up the button count for both of these dialog box objects and see if we can find any mistake, and then we can cycle through any other things that might be happening. Yeah, so let's print up, you know, we need to go through the dialog box of this object, and we're going to print up okay. Okay, so we're going to print up the A button count of both of these dialog box objects and see if they're getting weird. So it's like the A button count is just like if we've pressed on it, right? So Flama's 1 there, which, oh, and actually we want 2 and 3 because 1 is ren. See, that's the thing. We're not flushing the A button count. This is such a weird glitch. Because, yeah, A button count isn't getting reset to 0. So we need to... How would we fix this? You know, we need to say, at this point, let's see when it doesn't get reset, right? Because it's like they both get set. No, they don't. Only one gets set, and then the second gets set. But by the time we exit any dialog box, all the scene's dialog boxes A button count should get reset to 0, not just the dialog ID. So let's say dialog box, when we go to this A button count reset, yeah, when we reset this A button count upon a last page, see, and this is jacked up, we'd have to do it here too. Shoot. Yeah, okay, well, let's fix it for right here. We need to do it here. We need to cycle through. So, do we have access? Yeah, so we would just cycle through. We'll functionalize this too. We'll turn this into a function so we can run it multiple times. Dialog box objects. And we're just going to say the value.a button count is going to get reset to 0 here instead of this. But we really want to just say let's just run the method, or let's just run clear a button count. You know, we're just going to run that function right here. So let's put this in a clear a button count function. Might as well make it a method, I guess. Okay, so when we run this clear a button count, we should be setting all the a button counts to 0. So we're going to run it here at the end of a page, but also when we go and do this, yeah, right here. No, touches, yeah, we're getting rid of touches, so we won't need it here. But here, we do need it here. If we clear our dialog box by hitting the B button to get out of the dialog box, then we also need to clear it. So let's see. Oh, okay. Fuck, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. It definitely was part of the... I mean, it did fix the bug from looking at it. It did fix the A button count, but that wasn't why this wasn't triggering. So why is it that we can't trigger it? Gosh, this is crazy. There's got to be another thing that's not getting reset. So we have to also become unactivated. That's probably it. I bet if we were to print up if we were activated, they're both activated. So let's say V activated is also false. We're going to deactivate all dialog box objects so we don't trigger a new update. Let's see. Okay, I mean that does fix it. It just doesn't prevent two dialog boxes from triggering. So that does fix it from being unreadable. But it should, if we go in both here, we shouldn't trigger. Fuck. Why is this happening? See, it's so weird that we get to the point where we're advancing both A button counts. Once we become activated, we've got a break, right? Yeah, we become activated, but then we break. So why? How are we activating both dialog boxes is what I don't get. Because we should break right here. It's not working. It's not working is the thing. One aspect is a little less broken, but it is not working. I think if we were to print up the PlayState's active dialogue ID, because I still think the issue is when we come back from the PlayState, it's searching for collision. Not activated and not activated. Yo, good night, good night. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably stay up and try to figure it out. I got work in the morning, but I want this to be done. Okay, so I think that the issue's something to do with... Because the thing is, as soon as we hit the space bar... That's the weirdest thing to me. Like, how can we have an A button count of 1 on 2 dialog box objects when we advance through the dialog box? The last page should clear all the button counts. That's what I don't get. So we might just need to flush active dialog ID from our play state, as well as well, this is scene view. Yeah, scene view active dialog ID from our scene. And then also So we do flush text, we do clear the active dialog ID. At the end of the day, we're incrementing this button count for 2 dialog box objects when that shouldn't be possible. We shouldn't be updating, and we can't update more than one thing at once. So that's what I really don't get, is we say you know what? Yeah, I think, well, where do we do the update? In the play state? Okay, I kind of want to say this is so weird. Let's print up we're updating. I don't get how we're updating 2 dialog box objects at once, or as we advance. Because this is only ever updating one thing at a time, so it's going from active dialog ID 2 to 3 and doing the button count. What's so weird is it's printing up the button count from 1 to 1. So maybe we just, in our dialog box, maybe we need to make sure by the time we update, let's say by the time we do in our play state, Yo, Squinch. Hey, what's up, dude? Yo, how's Brazil treating ya? Well, we're trying to do. We added a new character to the refinery, so we've got Ren in here now, and this is where you go to upgrade your spell when you have enough minerals. So if you talk to her, she says, "Hey, bring me some minerals so I can upgrade your elements." But right now, like, I'm trying to figure out this thing where we can talk to Flamma, and it'll, like, the idea is it'll say like, "Oh, in order to upgrade Flamma, you need 12 rubies or whatever." And then we can talk to this and say, "Oh, if you want to, upgrade Aquis, it costs 12 sapphire or whatever." But if our dialogue box collides with both of them, then it kind of plays them back to back with one another, and then, instead of just one. So, like, I'm trying to figure out how to not get these to be kind of linked like this, and I just don't know why. Because, like, we're printing up this thing. We're printing up these 0, on screen here is what I'm calling the A button count, which is just to signify that we've clicked on the screen. I don't know. Because the thing is, if an input is down, right? So, like, let's say spacebar is down. We're going to pull that active dialogue ID if we collide with that dialogue box. And if there is an active dialogue ID, we're going to update it and render it so that we can see it on screen here. So the idea behind this A button count was that we needed a way to kind of prevent an advancement of the page the very instant you click, because spacebar is down, then it activates the dialog box, but on that same frame it still registers input is down. So I have this A button count to say, like, okay, well, not until we've pressed it again do we then advance the page. So for some reason we're updating the A button count on both of these objects, even though we're flushing it at the end of a page increment, or like a whatever. When we advance the page and we're at the end of the page, we flush the button count. So I don't get why it's pulling both. So I'm just trying to figure that out. And I got work in the morning and it's late for me, so I'm like I'm just trying to figure it out. I think I want to go to where we do. Yeah, part of me wants to say, is there an action press here? Yeah, right here in this dialogue detection. I think, we're breaking. This should fix it. But I think what we need to do is to flush the button count here. I don't think that'll work. Well, no, we're doing it right here. No, we're not. Let's try running the A button count reset here. Yeah, and it's like, I feel like it's just like a weird hiccup that, like, isn't, I don't know. Because, like, we really could, oh God. I think it's called clear A button count. Holy crap, I gotta get to sleep soon. I am just like dying. Clear A button count. Shit, well now we're stuck in a different loop. Fuck, dude. Yeah, it's just not right. Okay. The weird thing is, yeah, we should never... That's so weird. So what I really don't get is how there's an A button count of more than one. Like, once we hit advance here, we should clear the A button count on Flamma, but it's not getting cleared, and I don't get why it's not getting cleared there. That makes zero sense to me. It makes no sense why Flamma's A button count doesn't get cleared, because in the dialog box object, when we go do an action, we're saying if we're on the last page, go ahead and clear that A button count. So it should get triggered to 0 again. So something's happening where we might be clearing it, but then we kind of trigger it again because input was pressed. See, because like, why does it work with a single? It works fine with a single collision, but when there's two collisions, it just gets jacked up. We have this, we parse through the text parameter of the dialog box object, and we count how many characters there are, basically, and then we count how many characters we print. So like we know, you know, the first thing we do before we update, if you're doing both boxes, that's kind of what I'm thinking must be happening. But I don't get how that would happen, because each dialog box is its own instance. It's its own object, dialog box, and we pass in the text as a parameter here, and then we parse through the text in the init, not even in the update, in the init we go parse through, and we pull out every page, every line for each dialog box. So in my mind, I don't think there's any way they could be kind of clobbered together like that, because it's only a set of pages and a string for each line of dialogue. So I don't get how they would get sandwiched together like that. And I thought the break, like maybe if we get rid of the break. See, because I thought the break would fix everything. It's like once we find one collision, we just stop. Forgetting where it is now. Oh shit. Oh fuck. I just removed all my shortcuts. Damn it. Oh man. Yeah, I think I'm too tired. I think I'm too tired to be doing this. Shit. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, because I'm just too tired. I don't think I'm going to figure it out. It's working now. Taking out this brake makes it fix. If we have the brake in, it does that weird shit. But if we take this brake out, it seems to work. Literally the instant I was giving up, I think we got it working. Because the singular one works, and then if we collide with both, it only gives us one. Okay, cool. Alright. I don't think we need this A button count here. Okay. And then I think in the clear A button count, we can also get rid of... I think we can get rid of these. I don't know if we can get rid of the activated. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that breaks that. Yeah, Squinch. My bad for literally typing the word break and breaking our game. Like, what did I think was gonna happen when I gave the computer a command to break and it breaks? That's on me. That's on me. Okay, well, we should just write fix from now on. Okay, so here in Ren's shop, we're adding, yeah, let's add the other ones. I know, that's my bad. I mean, I don't know what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, we gotta add that. We gotta add that into the source code for sure. Okay. It's looking right. Even if I... Yeah, even if I don't play nice, it seems to be okay. Okay, yo, we'll add that to the source code. We'll add that to the main function. If game is broken, then fix. If game not broken, then celebrate. Okay, so we've got the dialog box. Now we need to we have this mode of upgrade, right? So now we need to go to our dialog box update thing and say that this would be an upgrade Flamma. And we can give custom logic here that says like, you know, like, do you want to spend 50 rupees to upgrade? And then if you hit yes and don't have it, it'll say come back with more minerals. If you do have enough, it'll say congratulations or something like that. So there was one thing. Oh, we want to go to our main function and add a if game broken then fix global method. Yeah, we'll make it actually, yeah, in our dependencies. We'll declare it in our dependencies, I think. Yeah, we're gonna call it game broken gets false. Yeah, then we'll go to our main. Yeah, so we'll put it here in the main update. Yeah, if game broken, then we want to run a fix game method. We can probably declare it on yeah, well, the hard thing is we got to write a function to fix the game. Yeah. So if game broken, we want a fix game, and then we'll just define a fix game function. Yeah, let's say this. We'll write a fix game function. And we're gonna loop through. We're gonna loop through game objects, or entire game, right? We're gonna loop through the list of the table of our entire game. And then if any of those elements, so let's say for index object in pairs of entire game, we're gonna say well, if that object dot broken, then object broken is actually false, so we can fix it. Yeah, so we just need this entire game table. We'll just put that also in our dependencies. Yeah. Yeah, so if we did this right, you know, we're cycling through our entire game, and any object in there, if it's broken, we're going to fix it. And that's our fix game method. And we're running that in our update for our main.lua. So if our game is broken, then we're going to fix game. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. I don't think it'll crash because it's actually, yeah, see, now our game's actually fixed. So that's, you know, we should have done that from the get-go, if I'm being real honest. Because that just makes a lot of sense, you know. So it's good we have it now. It's a reusable method in our main state, so we can use it. We can use it for wherever. So basically, what we have left to do is, in our dialog box, we have this type. What do we call it? We call it an option. So self.option. So if our option is an idle, we're gonna do idle stuff, which is updating it, turning it to like this. So gosh, I don't know what we want to do here, because basically, you know, we have this thing that says, in our render, we have this thing, meditate option, right, that renders a yes or no. The meditate option oh, this is weird. Yeah, I don't know. Because ideally it's going to be a stream of text, and then when you advance it, the next page gives you an option. And then that option needs to check your inventory, essentially. So it's weird because, yeah, it's like, it's... I don't know. Part of me thinks that we should just decouple this from the dialog box, update and render. Just make a upgrade dialog box or something. Because basically all the logic in the update is just cycling to the next page. Unless it's a meditate option, and then we're rendering an arrow selector as well as... How are we rendering the yes or no? Huh. We're not even rendering... Where are we rendering the yes or no for the meditation idol? Right there. Okay. It says meditate option. Okay. So... Okay, so I guess what we could do is say if... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, it's like... The only thing that's different is that it needs to not trigger this meditate option until the last page of dialogue, because the dialogue's going to print, and it prints over where the yes or no is. You know, it only doesn't for meditate, because meditate is so few text, you know. So like by the time we get to the second page, it should say like upgrading Flamma element will cost 50 rubies, and then this page, when we advance the page, it should say spend 50 rupees or buy the upgrade, or Yeah, maybe it just says spend 50 rupees. Upgrading Flama. Yeah, I'd say upgrading Flama will cost 50 rubies. And then here, yeah, it would say like, I want it to say 50 because it's like if you fat finger it, I don't want it to say like, just say upgrade and then you don't know what you're upgrading. Ideally, it's just one page and it says upgrade Flama for 50 rubies. And those two would be on a different line. But see, we don't have that ability. Actually, yeah, we don't have that ability to manually... I mean, we could manually declare it. Because, yeah, it kind of should be just one dialogue page like this. But we don't have a way... Because the dialog box object... Like, the thing is, Squinch, I want them to know what they're spending and how much they're spending for the upgrade. I mean, maybe we can render another... Like, maybe what we can do is have a little cost and inventory text. You know, like it says on the left, it says cost and it has 50 ruby. And then on the right, it says inventory, or it just has like, I don't know. But then it can just say upgrade. And then we can choose yes or no. And then it kind of visually shows 50 rupees cost and 50 upgrades inventory. Gosh. Yeah, I don't know if I like that though. I mean, maybe we have that in the dialog box and it renders the ruby inventory and the cost here in the dialog box. Maybe we try that, because then it can say upgrade. And then right here, oh gosh, right here, it can say cost 50, pop-up window above the element, the minus 50. Ooh, okay, yeah, maybe... Yeah, kind of like it's floating above it when you go to purchase it sort of deal. Like, oh gosh. Are you saying like, well, are you saying like a pop, like actually like a pop-up, or like it's kind of like, oh, we can put the cost of it right here. Could just be a sprite you draw. Yeah. I'm trying to think of how I want it to appear, because the changes, you know, there's more than one upgrade you can get, so we do have to make the signposts for the upgrades change. Yeah. I mean, I guess the only thing, because the only thing is like the little icon for the ruby is like an 8x8 pixel. Yeah, it's either 8x8 or, yeah, it looks 8x8. So I'm just worried because with such few pixels, this is the smallest dialogue, the smallest text number we can write. So it has to take up this much space, which is more than it costs. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just sleep on it and see what I want it to be, instead of just thinking of like these little fixes, you know, because it's like there's a whole bunch of ways we can do it. I'm kind of just wanting to figure out how I want to do it, then we can implement it, because I don't know. I kind of like the idea of like, I don't know, it's just not too, we can't really put it in the overworld here because it's just not legible. You know, if we put 50 and then like a little red thing here, it's just, there's not enough pixels in the 16 for that to be legible. But then it needs to update based on which, how many upgrades you've already got. So yeah, there's an option, you know, maybe we can do something where like if our dialog box is colliding with the thing, regardless of if we hit A on it, it can hover that 50 above it. But then, yeah. Because, yeah, that kind of would, that's kind of the ideal. If I'm thinking about how I would want it to work, I think it'd be nice if you walk in and if you're colliding with this thing, you know, if the red is colliding with that, it would hover over, it would show a 50, but then, you know, we only need it on one at a time. Because, yeah, we would have to have, gosh, we'd have to render it. Oh, man, yeah, because, god dang it, if we want it, you know, oh my god. Because if there's 4 different spells and there's 4 different levels of upgrade for every spell, or 3 different levels of upgrade for every spell, that's 12 different sprites we would need to load for if we choose it based on a sprite. Maybe Ren's shop can render, well, see, because Ren's shop is no different than any other scene in the game. So like, I'm thinking if we had like a little inventory pop up while you're in the shop that says how many minerals you've got over on the right, then when you walk over here, it can hover the cost of it. Yeah, I kind of want... Okay, maybe, yeah, maybe... Yeah, and Squinch, I'm kind of thinking it as like an overlay in this room. But one thing I don't like is that we'd have to add that code to the overall scene logic unless we change the state to be like an upgrade state or a shop, which we could do. And we would say stop updating our play state and just update our shop location, and then when we warp zone, go back. I don't know. But I'm kind of thinking like you said, where we can have a level 1, or like I'm thinking maybe if we walk in here and over on the left it says, you know, it says level 2. It says level 2, and then it has the Flama element. Gosh, it's just too much. It's too much. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just trying to think of like where I want it to show that. Like where should it show it? Should it show it on screen? Because we could have like a little HUD that pops up and it shows all your inventory so that you can at least not have to be like, oh, do I have enough, and then see in here. Yeah, but I don't know if that's just too ugly. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think I'll sleep on it. I think I'll just see how I want to do it, and then we'll implement it. I don't think it'll be that tough. But yeah, we need to know what we're trying to do before we do it. So I think we will sleep on it. Well, we got a good game fix function in there today, which should help us out big time in the future. Anyone looking through the GitHub is gonna be like, what the fuck is fix game? And they look through cycling through all the game objects. If broken, then fix. If broken, then broken gets false. Did we really change all this junk? What the hell? Uh-oh, this is bad, right? Like, this is really bad. We shouldn't have changed this many things in the tiled. What is going on? Yeah, if anyone digs through the code and sees it, they'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna go add this to my game right now. We only really changed one scene here, so it's kind of bothering me that tiled is that different. Let's look at tiled and see, because if we accidentally commit, you know, we screwed this up, so I kind of... That all looks right. I mean, it looks right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I thought we only changed literally this one scene, so like it should only be, you know, 80 tiles that get updated, but it's a lot more than that. So I'm a little worried about that, but YOLO, man. We've got Git. We can always replace the tiled with an older version if it is in fact broken, but I don't know. It looks right to me. Probably totally right. Probably not broken at all. Let's actually test. Let's test and make sure like the top level tile ID is working. Yeah, and technically it was your genius, Squinch. That was above my pay grade for sure. I was not the one who thought of that. I did do the implementation, but the brilliance was in the idea. That's way harder than the implementation. Yeah, we can turn off our render. Oh, for this too. For the dialog boxes. I mean, it all seems right. Shit. Oh my god. Dude, I can't even beat my own game, man. I'm screwed. I'm screwed. I'm screwed. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I think I'll make that third room easier because I just got my ass handed to me in that third room. Oh my god. Yeah, we do need to add a sign on the other edge that says, "For the love of God, do not come into the cave" on this side. Yeah, the trick hole. Dude, the one that gets me is this one over here. This one, there's a hole underneath this one. And that one really gets me. Oh my god, they're just killing me. We don't ever deinstantiate the spitballs on our head here. So I'm sure this would crash given enough time. Oh man, okay. Yeah, we might add a timer to deinstantiate those. Let's commit saying what we added. We'll say element upgrades in rens shop, but no working options yet. Okay. And then tomorrow, hopefully, we're gonna I'll do some thinking. I'll see how I want to pitch or how to show off the element upgrade and the cost and the level too, because it'd be nice to have like a maybe what we just do. I'm kind of thinking like once we hit interact with the dialogue box, we pull whichever dialogue we upgrade with, right? So like Flama, and it'll have a little chart that says level 1, level 2, level 3, and it'll say how many resources, and then the bottom right, it'll say however many minerals you've got for it. So I think we'll probably go with that, but who knows? I'll sleep on it and we'll see, but that'll be tomorrow, and then we've got to start. Yeah, I mean we've still got a decent chunk to work on, but we'll roll credits and call it a night. Let's see if someone's out there to raid. Yo, we'll raid Luke Wolf. He was in chat the other day, so we'll just raid out to him. He's doing some pixel art too, so we'll raid out. Thanks for watching. Yo, have a good night, Squinch. It was nice talking to you tonight. Catch you later. Have a good night. Have fun in Brazil, man. Stay not so melted in the humidity out there.